Welcome to your second total body workout of month 3. We're going to start with our usual warm-up and then get right into things. All right, let's get started. For this workout, we'll be doing 5 rounds of 10 reps each for each exercise. We'll be using our bands quite a bit. This first exercise, you're going to tie your band in a loop, mid-thigh to 3 to 4 inches above your kneecaps. You don't want the band over your knees. You want around your thighs. So you're going to take a step to the side and squat. Stand up, step to the side, and squat. You want to make sure you're pushing out against the band and not letting your knees collapse in. We're going to be doing 5 steps to each side. So 5 steps to the right and 5 steps to the left. We will be reusing the same band for some other exercises today, but you can leave yours in a loop if you want to. We're going to be doing overhead press. So we did this before, but this time we're going to do right arm, left arm, and then both arms together, and that counts as 1 rep. So that's 1 rep right there. And you can pick the band that works best for you for this exercise, but remember we're doing 10 reps. And 1 rep is left, right, and both. Remember to keep all your joints stacked on top of each other. You don't want your wrist bending backwards. Keep everything in line. You should feel a burn through your shoulders, maybe more towards the front or on top. We're going to be doing single leg bridges. So just like we did bridges before, but we're going to do it on one leg. So you lift one leg up and you push through the heel of your leg that's on the ground to lift your hips in the air while you're squeezing your glutes. If you're not able to do this with one leg elevated, you can modify this by either doing a regular bridge, so both feet down, or you can rest your elevated leg on a chair just so you don't have to worry about keeping that up the whole time. And we're doing 10 reps on each leg for this exercise. We're going to be doing our good mornings. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand on the loose ends of the band and you're going to put the loop over your shoulders behind your head and you're going to bend at the waist. Your knees are going to have a slight bend in them. You don't want to hyperextend them, but you want to keep a flat back. Elizabeth's going to turn to the side and show you what your back should look like. So keeping your back flat and just pushing your hips back. This is a hip hinge movement, and you don't have to bend down as far as she is, but just go down as far as you're comfortable. And that was round 1. We're going to be going into round 2. Again, we're going to retie our band because we're reusing this one for our good mornings. But if you are using a different band for your good mornings, you can go ahead and just leave it in the loop and slide it on and off. Remember to press your knees out over your toes or against the band. Don't let them cave in towards the middle.
Yeah, baby! Yeah. Why don't you ever model for me, Mrs. Kensington?
You know how Mr. Kensington feels about that.
Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
We're going to be moving into our single leg bridges, so go ahead and lay down on the floor. Remember, you can modify it by resting your elevated leg on something like a chair or by just putting both feet down and doing a regular bridge. Remember to squeeze your glutes in order to lift your hips, and you're going to ground through your heel that is on the ground. We're doing 10 reps each side. Grab your band for the good morning. Step on the loose ends. You should feel your good mornings in your hamstrings. Remember to keep your core engaged. And you're pushing your hips back, leaving a very slight bend in your knees so that they're not hyperextended or overly locked out. But it's not a squat. Remember, you don't have to go down as far as Elizabeth is, but if you can, that's awesome. All right, we're going into round 3. We're going to tie our band again for our lateral walks and squats. And do 5 steps to each side. Remember, keep that band 3 to 4 inches or mid-thigh above your knees. You don't want the band over your kneecaps. Press against the band with your thighs, keeping your knees out over your toes. Go ahead and get set up for your overhead press. Single arm, double arms. This is a lot of work on your shoulders, so if you need to slow it down, do fewer reps, etc., that is completely fine. When you're sitting in the chair, make sure to keep your feet flat on the ground. You can press against the back of your chair if you want to, or for an added challenge, don't lean against the back of the chair. You do want to be in a 90-90 position, so your hips and your knees are at 90 degrees. If your chair doesn't quite accommodate that, that's okay, as long as your feet are on the ground. And if you're not able to quite reach the back of the chair, but you want that support, just go ahead and put a pillow behind your back. We're going to go into our single leg bridges. Remember, 10 reps each side. Keep your core engaged. And whether you do single leg or double leg for these, you want to focus on squeezing your glutes and keeping your hips level. Go ahead and grab your bands for the good mornings. Remember to get that loop over your shoulders, not around your neck. Pushing your hips back. If you're not sure if you're doing this right and you don't have someone who can look for you, you can do these near a wall. So stand about 1.5 to 2 feet away from the wall and try to touch the wall with your hips as you bend down. That'll help you get a good idea of if you're getting that hip hinge in. All right, Round 4, we have 2 more rounds to go. Get all set for your lateral walks and squats. And remember to press your knees out, pressing against the bands of your thighs, keeping your core engaged. Grab your chair for your overhead press. Use whatever band you're the most comfortable with. If you're not able to do these with a band, it's just too much, you can decrease the reps. You can do just single arm or just double arm. You can also do it without bands or just with a couple cans of soup, if that works better for you. If you have dumbbells, you can also use those. Just remember not to drop them on your head by accident. Alright, for our single leg bridges, remember we're squeezing our glutes. This is a glutes and hamstring exercise. We're really hitting that posterior chain during this workout. Keep your hips level, keep your core engaged, squeeze your glutes. The rules are the same whether you are doing them with one leg or with two. Grab your band for your good mornings. You will probably find that you can use a heavier band for your lower body work versus your upper body work. Remember, we're hinging at the hips. We're pressing our hips back towards the wall, keeping our core engaged so that our back is flat. Go down as far as you are able. You should feel a stretch through your hamstrings. And then you can squeeze your glutes as you come up as well. All right, we're headed into our last round, round 5. Get all set up for your lateral walks to squats. Making sure that band is above your kneecaps, mid-thigh area. And press out into the band. Remember, when you squat, to go down as far as you are able. Make sure that your heels are staying on the floor. last round of overhead press. There's a lot of overhead press in this workout, but it'll pay off in the end, I promise. We're doing single, single, double, but again, you can modify that as you need to. Being able to do single, single, double for all 5 rounds is the goal. But if on day 1 you're only able to do it for 1 round, that's totally okay. Then your goal for next time you do this workout is to do single, single, double for 2 rounds. All right, final round of single leg bridges. Remember keeping your core engaged, squeezing your glutes. You shouldn't feel this in your lower back. If you feel it in your lower back, especially with the single leg, bring your other foot down and do double leg bridges. You can do twice as many if you really want to. This is our last round for good mornings. Remember, put the band around your shoulders. Hip hinge, you want to feel a stretch through your hamstrings. You also want to make sure that your knees aren't caving in as you bend down. Keep everything else neutral and your core engaged. Awesome job! You've completed the second total body workout. I hope y'all have a great day.